Here we are, my friends, in the final boardroom meeting for the series finale of the Celebrity Apprentice. You'll recall that I'd be retiring this final season and relinquishing my reign as the most exceptional and remarkable, successful businessman in the history of free enterprise. As you know, contestants on the Celebrity Apprentice play to raise money for a charity that's close to their hearts. So, why don't we reintroduce our two final contestants and remind everyone what they're playing for. John?
You know what I think, Ron? I think they know who I am. I think they've always known who I am. And I think they know why I'm here.
You know, John, there are people in this world who haven't seen Lost. So how about dispensing with the riddles and just answer the question?
Fine then. My name is John Locke, and I'm here to represent an organization called the Dharma Initiative.
Thank you. And our second contestant?
Hey there, Ronald, John, my fellow Americans. My name is Barack Obama, and I'm playing to raise money for the United States Treasury.
Well, I'm sure we're all familiar with that little organization. Now, as I mentioned, I will be retiring. So in addition to their charities, the contestants are playing for the chance to take over the responsibilities to run my vast and impressive empire, which includes countless entertainment and real estate ventures, not the least of which is FRUMP Island. So, gentlemen, you've made it thus far, having beaten all the other contestants. Why don't you each take a moment and tell me why you should be the final Celebrity Apprentice? John, why should I leave you the care of my empire and my island?
Well, Ronald, anyone who's familiar with the ABC hit series Lost knows that I'm able to not only survive on an island, but thrive. In fact, I'm also able to move the island.
Well, Ronald, as you know, I grew up on an island. And as you notice, my hair, I've gone back to the hairstyle of my childhood. It's my way of showing you, the American public, my commitment, dedication.
The hair does not make the man, does it, Mr. Frump?
John, if I recall, you were a candidate to take over the leadership of that island you're referring to. But that didn't seem to work out, now did it?
That's because I was murdered by another candidate.
Again, these are the same excuses that we've been hearing.
Barack, what do you bring to the table?
Hope, Ronald, and change.
Okay, great. But more than that too, right?
Absolutely. Considering its vastness and its reach, one wouldn't be remiss in drawing comparisons between your vast empire and a small nation. I think it's clear here who among us has the relevant experience in that regard.
Which brings us to the question of availability. I'm hoping to retire as soon as possible. And you won't be available for another 2.5 years.
Could be 6.5.
We'll see.
I'm supposed to hold off my retirement for 2.5 years?
Could be 6.5.
We'll see.
I think, Ronald, for the American public, I'm worth the wait.
Okay, let's switch gears for a moment. As you can imagine, my businesses are under constant threat of attack from hostile entities. How can I be sure that in my absence and my interests will be protected and defended against those forces?
3 words, Ron. Commander-in-Chief.
Mr. Frump, I was told to...
Yes, come in. Come in, Dave. Dave, I want you to meet John Locke and President Barack Obama. Gentlemen, this is Dave Judah.
Hello, Dave. Nice to meet you.
Hey there, Dave. Good to meet you.
Mr. Locke, Mr. President.
You're probably all wondering why Dave is, or what Dave is doing here. Dave is here to mix things up. He's my ringer, my X Factor, my last minute entry, my caddy.
You're a caddy.
That's right, I love golf. It's probably the one thing I love doing that I'm not highly successful at or remarkable at. But like everything I love doing, I'm highly committed to it. 36 holes per week, without fail, and a 3-digit handicap. So it's easy to conclude that Dave and I spent an awful lot of time together. Isn't that right, Dave?
We do have, yes, sir.
We talk for hours and hours and hours and hours on the link. And you know what? We probably got to know Dave, and Dave's probably gotten to know me pretty well. Isn't that right, Dave?
We do have our talks, Mr. Frump. Yes, we do.
You know what I've discovered? You know what I've discovered?
I
No.
can't say that I do.
I don't.
I've discovered that Dave here is a man after my own heart. He loves the things that I love, despises the things that I despise. And he knows me better than my shrink. And he's a better golfer than he is. Did you know that Dave has read every book that I've written?
Can't say that I did, Ron.
Well, actually, Mr. Frump, I've read your memoir, Racing to the Finish, and getting there first at least 3 or 4 times.
Attaboy, Dave. John Locke, how many times have you read Frump Runner?
Well,
That's what I thought. Mr. President?
Well, just once. But Ronald, American public, Joe the plumber, I can assure you that I did take copious notes.
I'd like you to consider something, gentlemen. Knowing that I have Dave, whom I know, and who knows me, Dave, who understands how I think and studies what I do, Dave, who knows me well, what is it that either of you could possibly say that could convince me that you're better suited than Dave to run my empire in my place? That's exactly what I thought. Mr. Obama, John, you're fired. You're both fired. Dave, how'd you like to run an island?
Sounds swell, Mr. Frump.
Now, hold on, Ron. Let's be clear about it.
yeah, he's not even a celebrity. We're celebrities.
Well, that's certainly about to change. Come on here, Dave. Let me anoint you Frump style. Come on.